Yeah, DevSecOps really starts with code, like literally starts with code. That's the developer part, right? So especially working at GitHub has been very much my focus. When DevOps really came about to, I wouldn't say replace, but to augment what was being done with Agile, that was something that was very exciting because it really focused on let's collaborate. Let's take the developers, let's take the security engineers, let's take the ops folks, every part of that software development lifecycle. Let's bring them together and let them collaborate. Not at the developers are done writing code, now the security guys can come look, and then the ops folks can come deploy it. But let's let them interact throughout the entire lifecycle. And tools like GitHub that allow deep collaboration, the ability to not only track this is the code and this is where it lives, but also the interaction, all the conversations that are being had between the developers and the original requirements owners, the developers and the security engineers, to be able to capture that, to create open dialogue between those groups, and then for other groups to come in and be able to reutilize that. That has been a real game changer in how software is developed, not only to get it pushed out, but more importantly, to get it pushed out in a secured way. An issue or a vulnerability that's identified at the point of code, so when the developer's writing, is pretty cheap. It's like, hey, you messed this up, go in and fix this, and they go in and they make some changes. A issue or a vulnerability that's found later on in code, and in the worst case, when it's deployed, so not even if there's some sort of breach, but just to the point of deployment, is exponentially more expensive to repair. You have to take that all the way back, you have to retest everything, you have to recode everything, you have to redeploy everything, you have to communicate all those changes. The move toward a collaborative world and DevSecOps tooling is something that has been really game-changing in the software development world. And I think one of the key pieces there is building that stack around your code. So starting with your code, with your SCM system, like a GitHub, and then building that out almost like a hub and wheel where those automation tools can be pushed or collaborated through that code repository.